I got a promotion at the crematorium. My boss told me I earned it. What's going on, YouTube? Today we're going to be talking about something cool yet simplistic. Something simple yet rewarding. And no, it is not a cat who wants to knock over all of your audio recording devices. Today we're talking about urns. Why urns? Well, for those of you who watch my live streams, you know whenever a new zone comes out, we like to look for specific lootable areas to find rare items. So today we're going to be talking about how you can find rare items inside of these urns, why you find rare items in these urns, how to boost your odds, and all the little nitty-gritty pieces that kind of go along with that. We are also on the road to 15,000 subscribers, so if me petting a cat doesn't win your heart over, maybe hitting a milestone will. So if you don't mind subscribing, I love you for it. So you guys know how I just love to explain things pretty matter-of-factly. We're not here for a whole lot of fluff, fancy edits. Basically, I'm just here to tell you that these urns in the Necrom zone, specifically inside the city over here, are busted. Why are they busted, you might be wondering? Well, because your odds of getting a furnishing plan here are exceptionally high. Now, we'll obviously talk about ways that we can boost those odds, but conceptually, it's very simple. Every single urn that you see here along this wall, and then down through this wall right here, is lootable, which means that you can just go loot these to your heart's content all the way through, and you can either decide if you want to sell the stolen goods or if you just want to open and then kind of continue to move on. That's totally up to you. I personally don't loot the stolen items, but some people do, because you can actually make okay gold actually doing so, but it will fill up your inventory because you can only sell a certain amount of stolen goods every day. You can see that you can loot every single urn here. All these bad boys are lootable. If you ever need a lockpicks, let me tell you, you're going to be golden. You'll never need lockpicks again in your life. Now, you can see we found a blueprint that's green. Now let's talk quickly about cooldown. So there is this alleged belief that most people live by, myself included, that there are cooldowns once you find a furnishing plan. It's believed that developers put it in place to keep people from just constantly finding BPs and being able to kind of list them on the markets. However, it's character specific. So what is the believed cooldown period? For greens, no cooldown. You can get as many greens as you want. Greens are usually only worth like 10 to 15,000 on console anyway. So you're probably not going to be able to really break the bank, get a whole bunch of greens. And blues, it's believed that there is a 10-minute to 30-minute cooldown period, and for purples, it's believed that there is a 1-hour cooldown period. Now, what does that mean? It is actually per character, which means that if you swapped characters, you are able to completely reset this cooldown. And that's why I love farming where I am, because guess what? This little way shrine down here, every single one of your characters has it if you have the Necrom expansion, which means that you can take as many characters through here as you want, as fast as you want. You get a purple or a blue, log off, log on to a different character, bada bing, bada boom. Now, there's a couple ways we can boost our odds here to get some better items. So, number one, easiest way you can boost these odds, get this companion. You've already got Necrom because you're already in the Necrom zone. Boom, get this little bad mamma jamma. For some people, a lot of people believe that you have to level up to get the companion perk, but actually you get the companion perk right away. Basically, when you search containers, he has a chance to give you one of his little bad mamma jammas that you can loot. I'll show you what they look like. And all you have to do is just have this bad boy out and you can loot these portfolios. I've looted a whole bunch of these. They range, as you can see, from sellable items to treasure maps to actual praxis for the stuff that we're talking about. So having him out is actually an extra loot pool chance for you to get some of these rare items. So having him out is exceptionally simplistic, and it's free. Now, there are some champion points that are also relevant here. The obvious have a 10% chance to find a second furnishing plan is obviously pretty great. And the final point to touch on is this spot versus another spot. A lot of people have really come to love this spot down here, which is the Salian Mora area. It is actually a quest area that you can begin if you take the quest. The quest giver is right there between the way shrine and this area. It's going to take you into a crypt. That crypt has over 150 urns, it's believed, and they are non-stolen items, which means that you don't have to launder the items, and it means that you have a higher chance to get it. Some people love that spot. I dislike it. And I want to go out on a limb and say I dislike it because of this very simple fact. You don't need to loot for a very long period of time to get these items. You can see that we found a green immediately. It does not take a whole lot of effort to find these. And I prefer you being able to switch characters. You can see there's a research portfolio. I prefer the ability to switch characters and just being able to run up from a way shrine as opposed to getting 3/4 of the way through a quest, leave a character in a quest area, remember that they're in that quest area, log in and out. Because then instead of being able to just swap between all the characters you have, and again, it doesn't even matter what level they are, you're now basically starting a quest with all of them. And at the end of the day, I don't think you really need to do that. While objectively, yes, it is the best spot, I prefer being able to get to those spots faster and being able to farm them more consistently versus anything else. You can see here's a very rare blue one. This one actually sells very well. I'm gonna make sure to actually be sneaking, which means, so I just got this blue. This is all live, by the way. I should now technically log out and log back in on another character. And this is how simplistic that looks. You log out. I know this is, you know, very simplistic. This guy was already at the Necrom's Outlaws Refuge because he found a whole bunch of, you know, these bad man pajamas. You log in, and even if he wasn't already in Necrom, he would be right next to it because he's got the way shrine. As long as he can afford a way shrine jump, he can afford to, you know, he could afford to be in this little looting area. He doesn't have to do that quest to get access to that area. The other problem with that actual area, in my opinion, too, is that once you complete the quest, you can't go back there. So if you're like me and you like to actually complete quest areas, then you can't go back. By the way, this is where one of the companions quest deaths where you get Sharp's knight. He's like literally right outside here. You can see that he is able to literally just run around back from the refuge back to the looted area in basically no time at all. And let's say you've just gone all the way through, you didn't get the items you wanted. Well, if you want to reset what's in the urn, simply log out, log back in on that character. Again, though, if you get a blue or purple plan, you're gonna probably have to reload or log into another character anyway, because you're gonna be on that cooldown. So character swap anyway, and then if you just want to refresh those urns on that character because you didn't get a blue or purple, just reload that same character and you can run through that same line again. Well, what do you guys think? Are you guys going to become urn farmers? You guys going to loot all these vases to get rare rewards? I do personally still prefer to loot those fishing holes. I think they are much more lucrative. I think your odds of getting perfect row are also pretty high. And because of that and how much you can use perfect row and to make some really good, you know, potions and make a lot of quick profit on that right now is a little bit better. But this is simplistic. It doesn't require you to run around like a madman and look for fishing holes inside the apothecary area. So there's pros and cons, obviously, to both of these methods. So let me know what you guys prefer, if either of them, and leave it in the comments below. We're doing 4 giveaway drawings for this month, special month. We had 2 video sponsors. So we are doing my favorite comment, a random comment, the most helpful comment, and a random subscriber. So if you have tips, chips, suggestions, put it in the comments below, because if your tips and tricks are suggested, or if you help answer questions that people have in the comments, you are entered into the, you know, temporary 4th giveaway drawing that will be drawn on July 1st at midnight, along with all of the other ones that are pulled at that time period also. So stick around, let me know what you guys think, and don't, you know, there was a couple mean comments, not necessarily on the video I did for this same concept in High Isle, and just putting out the information there. Some people don't like that. Oh, well, if you talk about, you know, the ability to reload the game, you know, the devs might change that. It's like, it's been out for whatever. It's been out for however long. So I prefer to put the information out there, give you guys the juicy details, and then, you know, they can do whatever they want with it. But they haven't changed the High Isle one, so I can't imagine they're going to make it any different for Necrom. So I hope this video was helpful, and I'll catch you later. Bye, guys.
You better remember to like and subscribe to Jake Clips. Or you should. I might have to pluck your eyes if you don't. Or, better yet, I'll skip rope with your entrails. Do it now. Subscribe. Ta-ta. Off with you.
Just a quick kind of glimpse as to what we're looking at. So we're going to have a July video. This is everything coming out in July, how to profit in July. Here's all the cool things happening. Obviously, Mid-Year Mayhem starts on Thursday, if you guys saw that. They did say they were going to do it in June, so they waited until the end of June. We also are going to have a video that I need your guys' help with. We're going to have a live stream where we're still in Stros Mackay for 12 hours. We have 12 hours left, I should say, in our 24-hour challenge. And we are doing a video on an updated companions guide. So let me know what you guys think of all that, and I'll see you then. Bye, guys.